So I'm trying to explain my slightly irrational fear of like winter clothing and shoes possibly having like poisonous spiders in them when I haven't worn them for a while. And so I'm like digging out my snowboarding stuff. I'm gonna go snowboarding tomorrow. And I like so in high school, I did like we climbed under the like this like thing under the roads, a tunnel under the roads, and there were like these like glow in the dark spiders in it. It freaked me out. And like I remember another time having in a Rapid City, South Dakota, not here. And then I remember like another time, it might have been the same time, I don't remember. I feel like they correlate with each other. I remember like stepping into my shoe and seeing a black widow spider in it and like freaking out because that's like terrifying. And so I'm like trying to get my snowboarding stuff out and I start seeing like all these like, so like there's this irrational fear that I have, right? I'm trying to get all of the like snowboarding stuff out to take like the 3-year-old who's turned 3 snowboarding. And I'm like freaking out because I start seeing like these spider sacks. Like every time I go back, I'm like, oh my goodness, like there's more spider sacks, like spider egg sacks. Like I've seen like 6, I think, like all in individual trips. And I'm like freaking out. So I'm like trying to vacuum out my boots, which doesn't do anything, right? Like there's probably no living spiders in there. I don't know. But so I don't, anyways, I don't know how to get my child's like, why are you scared, mom? Like, why did I just scare you? Why are you so jumpy? And I'm like, because I have an irrational fear of a spider, of a black widow spider being in my snowboarding boot. And then like being in the car and like all the eggs hatching in my snowboard pants or in my jacket. And then like, what do? Do not put your feet on her. No, you will not. Thank you. So anyways, how do you explain an irrational fear like this to a child where it's like, I don't want him to be afraid of the same silly things that I am because they're not rational, but also there are spider egg sacs all over my snowboarding stuff. And also I have stuck my foot into a shoe with a black widow spider in it. And also like where we live now is warmer than we used to live. Like it's not cold here. It doesn't get cold here like it did. Where I saw that like the joke is that like there's 9 months of winter. And so like all the bugs die. And so there's no bugs there because there's 9 months of winter and below freezing and everything dies. So if I've seen black widows in my shoe there, like why would there not be more here when we have black widows, brown widows, black recluses, and brown recluses? Like, my understanding, why would I not be freaked out? But also, how do I share that and explain this? I'm not a crazy person. Like, I'm totally... Anyways, how do you explain your irrational fears? It's like when he's like, why are you vacuuming out your boot with the handheld vacuum? And I'm like, it's probably pointless. I don't know. But for some reason, I feel like the spider egg sacs are going to run away and be scared of it. Like, anyways. So now my snowboarding stuff is in the dryer, even though it's like Gore-Tex. Is that even a word? It's like plasticky, right? So I need to go check it and I need to re-waterproof it tonight so we can go snowboarding tomorrow. So I need to waterproof his stuff. But I'm like, do I melt the waterproofing by putting it in the dryer? I don't know. How do you store? Maybe I need to, I'm getting bins. Clear bins. So maybe I put my snowboarding stuff in the black bins that I will not be using for storage because of ADHD. I'm trying to figure out how to do storage. I need to clear bins for that, but we have black bins because didn't know that and they were cheap. So maybe I put my snowboarding stuff in the black bins in the future and then maybe they'll be spider proof. I don't know, but they're cheap black bins. What do I do? How do you explain an irrational fear to a 3-year-old? And how do you explain that it doesn't need to be passed on, but like I am freaking out over here?